Good morning, everyone. Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Sean B. Perkins. While court is in session, please keep your backgrounds quiet and clear. Sit back with your name to be called. And please be properly dressed at all times. Also, if you're in a vehicle, there is no driving while court is in session. Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, officer. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Let's see. Let's call case. We'll take it first come, first serve. So let's call the case of the City of Detroit versus Terry Lynette Oliver. Case number is B17521, B122376621, V122377721, V122378821, V1223791, V1223821, V1223821, V1223822, and V122382321. Parents, record, please.
Dante Goff. This for Dante Goff on behalf of the City of Detroit, P60162.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your staff. May it please this honorable court, Sherika Harris, P72832, on behalf of Ms. Oliver. Ms. Oliver, could you please state your name for the record?
Terry Oliver.
Good morning, Ms. Oliver. Good morning, Ms. Harris, and good morning, Mr. Goss. So today is the date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. Mrs. Oliver, what I'd like to do is I'd like to make this a one-stop shop for you. And what I mean by that is we look up your name, you see you have these outstanding matters, but you have warrants out for 4 other matters. One is just for failure to make a payment of an agreement you entered into a long time ago. And the other 3 are matters that that you never did take care of from a couple of years ago. So my understanding is that you want to, you don't want your matters all encompassed in the one agreement. Is that what I understand?
Yes.
All right, Mrs. Harris, let me understand the logic behind that, and like you were starting to say.
Thank you, Your Honor. Respectfully, Ms. Oliver is indicating that with regards to the animal tickets or the V tickets, she wants to exercise her right to trial. She wouldn't be able to exercise her right to trial on just those if she took advantage of the plea deal. She does want to resolve her traffic matters. But with regards to the animal tickets, she wants to set those for trial. So that is why we're requesting to unpackage the traffic matters from the plea deal.
Okay, I understand that. And what is the problem? Okay, so why can't we just set them off for trial then?
I did explain that to Ms. Oliver, but she did, I guess, acknowledge or admit some guilt with regards to the traffic matters.
I'm not concerned about guilt or innocence right now. Go ahead, let me let Mr. Goss speak.
I just want to let you know that the offer was comprised of, I did not charge many of I actually dismissed a lot of the traffic matters that Ms. Oliver had due to her pleading guilty to the V tickets. So if she wants just for the traffic matters, there will be a new offer with additional charges. If I'm not mistaken, I only did 1 or 2 traffic violations.
You only did one
traffic violation and dismissed 7 or 8 traffic violations because she was pleading to the V tickets also. So if she want to split them up, she will have to, I will have to give another offer just with those matters. And plus there were also state traffic matters also.
Your response to that? Ms. Harris?
While I completely understand that, I only communicated what Ms. Oliver communicated to me. I have explained to her all of her options. Ms. Oliver, now hearing the full discussion, would you want to set all of your matters for trial, or are you still inclined to separate and enter a plea only with regards to the traffic matters?
I still want to separate them.
Okay, I will write up a new offer just on the traffic matters.
Thank you.
It doesn't really matter.
The warrants are on the traffic matters.
Yeah.
That will go away. So,
Right.
but they're two separate incidents, so it's really, we can't separate them. They're not involved whatsoever.
You said what you said.
Because the B tickets are regarding that, right?
No, I understand that. But,
Right there.
okay. Based on that, I will, based on the fact that these matters are entirely separate, one is dealing with traffic and the other dealing with a dog, I will allow Mrs. Harris, I won't encompass it all together. So what we'll do on the dog cases, it's my understanding that you want to put up a defense for the dog cases, Ms. Oliver. I will give you a trial date on the dog cases, and then as soon as my city attorney comes back, I'll present an offer he'll present an offer to you, probably through me, that now.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so September, July, September 26th, October 2nd. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
can you do another trial date?
Yes.
Another sheet here.
Okay, ma'am.
So I'm gonna get you a trial date on the dog cases, and we're gonna give you an offer on the other cases where what we'll do is recall the warrant. We will enter a not guilty plea on Mrs. Oliver's behalf as it relates to the dog case, as it relates to the traffic matters. Mrs. Oliver, you still have a warrant. We'll recall that warrant, but you need to take care of this operator's license ticket that was back in 2012. You never did pay. When can we pay that now?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You have let me see you, ma'am.
I tried to turn on my camera, but it's not working.
Why is it not working?
I'm not sure.
Go down to the start video button and
Yeah, I did that when I first cut it on. It's not working.
I don't know if I believe that now.
Just like my sound wasn't working.
The
You
sound
said
is
you-
working fine.
Right.
Sound is
And
working fine.
and I tried it all over again when you said it wasn't working. It didn't, the video's not coming on.
Miss Oliver, what type of device are you on?
I got an iPhone, but I don't know why my video not working. This is not
Wait,
the first time I've been on Zoom and my video has not been working.
Wait, I'm going to give you a suggestion. You may have to allow the Zoom app to access your camera.
I tried that as well. It's not working.
Do you see everyone else?
I see some people and some people I don't.
Yeah, I think you just need to start video.
I tried that already.
I'm just gonna say, Ms. Oliver, I'm not gonna say that you didn't try. I'm just having a hard time believing that it just won't work. But be that as it may, the new offer here is to plead to improper plates and a failure to display. They're going to be $240 a piece. I don't see what you're getting. That's in the box. Just see. So this no ops ticket needs to be closed. 4428101. That should be closed. It seems like we pay that. 19 is the one that. 1, 2, 3. 12. 4963901. Okay, that's not shipping. That's the one you already entered into the agreement. So the offer here is to plead to 2 and dismiss the other 3. You have 5 matters in front of the court today that are in warrant status. Plead to the failure to display. That's going to be a $240 fine. That's going to be 0 points on your license. However, it is a misdemeanor and it will abstract to the Secretary of State. And plead to the improper plates, which is another $240 fine. That is a misdemeanor, but that does not abstract to the Secretary of State. And we'll dismiss the other 3 matters. So there will be a total of $480 today. I'll waive the warrant fees. You're going to be responsible to pay the reinstatement fees. How would you like to proceed, ma'am?
That's fine. I can come to pay it today.
$480 today, ma'am?
Yes, I have a question though. So you say you waiving how many tickets?
3 tickets. 3, you have 5 traffic tickets, 5 misdemeanor traffic tickets. The city attorney is willing to allow you to plead to 2 of them and dismiss 3 of them.
And that's, you said that's gonna clear me out of warrant status with the tickets, all my tickets that I have?
And then you still have another warrant on this other case that you never did pay. And back in 2015, you entered into an agreement that you never did pay. I'm going to give you some more time to pay that, which will clear that warrant up. But if you don't pay it, it's just going to generate another warrant. And that's $362. That's not going to be a part of this hearing today. Well, put it this way. if you're gonna pay the $480 today, I will give you time to pay the $362.
Yeah, they come at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Ma'am, before we do this, you're gonna have to figure out how to get your phone video on, because I need to see you, and you need to, if you're gonna take this plea, I need to see you, okay? So I'm gonna pass the matter until you can get a device that has a video. I'm gonna go to Mr. Lane, who's been waiting patiently. Mr. Lane, now you know you didn't have to go get in the passenger seat of that car. Is he frozen? We have Bianca Gladney that's on. We have Brandon Gilbert. We have Bedford, Shelley Long. Are you frozen, Mr. Lane?
Yes.
Not you, Ms. Gladney, Mr. Lane, he's off here. Let's get Brandon Gilbert was the one that was scheduled for 9 o'clock. That is the one that has the.
Attorney,
Gladney, that's the South Dakota. What you doing on here now?
Shelley Long. Just have one now.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
You have someone with their hand raised. I believe it's Ms. Lone.
Yeah, that's, I'm looking hers up right now. She has just an operator's license ticket here.
She's trying to show you her license, but she's still muted, and I'm not sure if she knows how to take herself off of
So
mute.
you have to unmute yourself, ma'am.
Tap the
There's a button down
microphone
on the
icon.
bottom. There's a bottom left corner. You have to unmute yourself so we can hear you. I see your hands raised. I'm sure you can hear me. You have to unmute yourself, ma'am. In the bottom left corner of the screen, there's an audio button. You have to hit that audio button and hit unmute.
It looks like a microphone, Ms. Lone. If you see a microphone, touch the microphone.
The focus is not driving,
yes, ma'am.
please.
Your Honor, if possible, I think as the host, if you ask her to unmute, if you click it and ask to unmute, it might give her a better option to do it.
All right, I asked to unmute.
Can you do it one more time? Because she did it at the same time that you did.
Oh,
Yeah, she's having difficulty. She's got a young person there that should be tech savvy.
*6 don't work?
*6 would work only on a telephone call. She's on video. The video's working fine, and
Oh,
Ms. Gladney has 1:30.
there's a valid driver's license here. She's got the one ticket for no ops. I'm gonna call the case anyway. And we'll get some audio, they'll let them figure that out. This is the city of Detroit versus Shelley D. Lone. Case number ST 1136784, count 1. Mrs. Lone, you're gonna have to unmute yourself, ma'am. You see that audio button on the bottom left audio icon with the microphone on the bottom left corner of your screen? Now you pick, I'm not, the video button is working fine. You push that and it's off. You need to go to the left of that video button, there's an audio button. All right, we're dismissing this case anyway. Are we dismissing this case? Mrs. Long, based on the fact that I see that you have a valid driver's license at the time, this case is going to be dismissed. There doesn't seem like there's any warrant or any reinstatement fee that you have to concern yourself about. There's just a $25 balance that seemed like you owed on an O2 ticket back a long time ago. It doesn't appear to have affected your license, but it is still here. So based on that, I'm going to dismiss the matter, Mrs. Long, and you're free to leave. Thank you. Let's get, I have Attorney Potts and I have Attorney Workman on the line. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Judge.
Who do you have, Mr. Potts?
Your Honor, I have something. It's not on the docket for today. I had it on my calendar for some reason, but I just noticed it's not on the docket. I have a client that I was conversing with Attorney Goss about. I did get an offer for him. He doesn't have a court date, but I was just wondering if the court had a light docket one day, perhaps I could put it on the record. I do have an offer.
What's his name, sir?
Michael Gordon.
O-N?
Yeah, Gordon.
And what's the ticket? A U ticket here?
Yeah, he has a few U tickets. I have an offer on all of them.
There's probably so many Michael Gordons in here that I don't know. Let's
Michael is present. It's under PW 17079.
Pardon me?
Michael Gordon, the video is under PW 1707. It doesn't have.
I'm not really concerned about the video. Okay. I wanted to see all that Michael Gordon has.
Mr. Gordon, do you have a middle name?
Frederick. Did you
So,
hear?
can we run a thing on him? Frederick?
Yes.
Your date of birth, sir?
5/1/1962.
All right, let's do this. All right, let's get this one. We'll run a history on him. If you guys can please mute yourself. As soon as I get that, I want to make it a one-stop shop. We got Mr. Lane back. Let's put Mr. Lane's matter on the record and get him going.
Sir, yeah, I don't know what happened.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
Okay, I'm about to settle, get this matter settled.
Let's do that. All right, this is the city of Detroit versus Carlos Lane. That's Carlos Valentino Lane, right?
That's correct.
This is case numbers 217-211-391 and 217-211-401.
Correct.
Mr. Lane, there is an offer in the file here to resolve these two cases, and one would be pleading to the amended count of failure to display, I'll fine you $240 in that matter. That's a misdemeanor. It does abstract, but it's a 0-point offense. And then it would be dismiss the civil infraction. And I told you, if you're willing to take care of all these matters today, I will also go back into your civil infractions that you owe, and I will waive the discretionary fees, the late fees, and things like that to try to get you as close to the original ticket as I can.
Okay.
But that's not gonna. That's only if you want to come down today and pay all of it off.
I am, sir.
All right. You want to take this offer? Is that a yes, sir?
Yes.
Your phone is breaking up a little bit. All right, Mr. Lane, can you raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir? Is that I need to hear that audible from my court reporter. Is that a yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, now you can turn your video off, sir. I needed to see you raise your right hand. If you turn your video off, we may have a better, I saw that. I swore you in already, so you can put your hand down. Now you can turn your video off. We can probably have a better audio connection. I think he's frozen again. All right. How's that? Mr. Lane, you still there? All right, let's go to Mrs. Gladney. Bianca Mercedes Gladney.
She's at 1:30.
She's here now.
No, I know. I'm just saying if you can find her.
Oh,
The doctor.
thank you. She was very anxious to come in and take care of all this stuff. Mrs. Gladney is scheduled for 1:30, but since she's here, we're going to accommodate her. Looks like she only has the 2 matters. Looks like she paid the civil infraction that went along with the ticket. So let's call the case. This is the City of Detroit versus Bianca Mercedes Gladney, case number SP 107-50331, and case number SP 116-11461. Ms. Gladney, there's an offer here. Well, I see you paid the related civil infraction that went along with the matter, the one matter that you got on February 2nd, 2021. Asked for, all right. All right, and I'm going to say this. I see you paid the other 3 matters that went along with the other 2. So based on that, I'm going to dismiss both of the cases now.
Okay, thank you.
All right. You have already signed up when you pay those matters for the points that are incurred, and I see you got at least 2 points on your license. I'm going to waive the warrant fee, but I am going to hold you responsible to pay the reinstatement fee on the driver while license suspended matter.
Okay.
That's $45. If you pay that fee, you'll be clear here at 36 District Court now.
Okay.
All right, anything further, ma'am?
No, thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. If there's nothing further, you are free to leave, Ms. Gladys.
Okay, have a good one.
Have a great day, you as well. Is that Mr. Workman? He hasn't spoken up yet. Is he still on the line? No, I don't see him anymore. Ms. Oliver never got her video together, huh? All right, what are we gonna do with Mr. Deshaun Ledford? Mr. Ledford, do you have audio, Mr. Sir? All right, Mr. Ledford is unavailable. All right, let's go to Mr. Gordon then. Mr. Gordon is present. Mr. Gilbert, Mr. Gordon.
Mr. Gilbert's on. That's on the animal control.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Let's just do this one and we'll take care of Gilbert next. Let's call the case. This is the City of Detroit versus Michael Gordon.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Case numbers U 122-62113, U 122-68813, U 159-62314, U 326-23116, U 876-03512, U 977-59812, U 978-52513. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Coleman Potts, P7607, on behalf of Mr. Gordon, who appears by Zoom. Mr. Gordon, please state your name for the record, sir.
Michael Frederick Gordon.
Your Honor, I believe this matter is in warrant status. I ask that all warrants be recalled at this time. Your Honor should be in receipt of a recommendation for Mr. Gordon. Believe he is pleading the 3 matters under a delayed sentence with the remaining matters to be dismissed.
Yeah, but I'll recall the warrants, but it's what's going on here?
With me, Your Honor?
Yeah, let me get some understanding because it seems like it's more of a. I mean, first of all, these cases are old. I only have really one case that is out, that is within the time frame. The other ones could be dismissed, but it seems like some more issues are going on. What's up?
Yes, Your Honor, and I spoke to Attorney Goss about this. Mr. Gordon is in a treatment program, and I shared a letter from Pine Ridge Christian Mental Health Services regarding his treatment. I shared that with Mr. Goss a while ago.
Let me ask you this without getting into any of his personal health or information. Do you have a place to stay, Mr. Gordon?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You do?
yes, I do.
Are you working, sir?
I'm on a fixed income, and I got off the phone this morning with Social Security, and they let me know that I'm able to make a particular amount of money a month. So I'm looking for employment as we speak. But I do have.
How old are you, sir? 62?
I'm 59 years old.
Now, my question is, if we're talking about entering into 3 agreements to pay to resolve these matters, it's going to be $240 for each matter. We're talking about a balance of $720. I mean, how realistic is that for you to pay?
I can pay that before the week is out.
You can pay that before the week is out?
Yes, sir. I have some income saved due to my SSI. My rent is $500 a month, and I'm saving the $294. Well, my rent, yes, I'm saving the $294 a month, and I've been saving it since February. And plus, I had a small amount of back pay that's that from the SSI. And this is only.
Let me stop you on the who is there with you?
I'm sorry. This is the recovery team. This is my therapist, Mrs. Nadine.
All right. Madam therapist, can you state your name for the record, please?
Nadine Battles.
And can you would you like to address the court on Mr. Gordon's behalf?
I could. Basically, he just wants us to report his progress, which he does engage in our program as he is expected to do. He has made great progress. He has been clean and sober since October of 2020. He does reside in recovery housing. So his progress, he's made great strides in his progress, and he is capable of making rational and sound decisions.
And thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, to the right of Mr. Gordon, can you please state your name for the record, please?
Patricia Walker.
Good morning, Ms. Walker. What is your capacity, and can you add anything to this?
Yeah, I am Mr. Gordon's recovery coach, and what I can add is that I've noticed recently, within the last 6 months, that Mr. Gordon is very concerned about the community. He's been giving back, he's been volunteering, he's been doing a lot of really good work that shows that he has changed, to be more observant of what's going on around him and making a positive impact.
Okay. Mr. Gordon, I mean, when you get out of the treatment program, I heard you say you got rent, so you have somewhere to. Are you living at the treatment program now?
May I clarify where I'm living? I'm living in a transitional house. It's not nonprofit. I do pay rent, but there's our rules and regulations. I have a curfew required for meetings, and the landlord is is in recovery itself. So I'm not in active treatment. Over the past years, I've been in treatment. Share House, if you're familiar with it, there in Detroit. I'm born and raised there in Detroit. But the point is, I've been in treatment. My recovery coach, Mr. Patricia Walker, suggested last year, October, that I go to a transitional house in Lansing. I stayed there for almost 90 days, and my SSI was approved. And I came from Lansing and resided where I'm at now, which Mrs. Walker found for me. And I've been there since. So I'm actively in the community and doing some things for the community and myself.
Very well. All right. Well, I know you're represented by a very good attorney. I appreciate all the work and the advocacy Mr. Potts brings to this court and many other courts I've seen him work in throughout the years. I've known him. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I could fine you all day, I can accept the plea all day, but I saw all these matters related to some sort of substance abuse.
Sure.
And, you know, the really big thing is if you're not willing to, get yourself straight, then we'll just keep going through this revolving door and you won't ever get any, finality to it. But from what I hear, from yourself and from, your two coaches there, it sounds like you have, found a way out of the cycle, and I hope and wish the best for you. I just wanted to know that because, like I say, we're entering into these agreements and, you know, it's all for naught if you don't, if it continues to happen. So if you're willing to, accept the agreement, that has been, drafted and has been, the work that's been done, your attorney's done on your behalf, then the court will allow you to enter into the agreement and I'll give you some time to pay. What I can also do, for you, if you're willing to, is that will be your choice. I do understand that a lot of times, having more to do kind of gets your mind off of the extracurricular activities. Like, my grandmother used to always say, idle time is the devil's playground.
Yes, sir.
And, if you want to clear up some of these matters with some community service, then we can definitely accommodate you on that. But if you just want to pay, then that's fine too. That'll be totally up to you. But if you're willing to enter into these agreements, then I'm gonna have to ask you to raise your right hand. And, Mr. Gordon, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Gordon, you understand you have a right to a trial in these matters?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're gonna give up that right to a trial?
Yes, I do.
And has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Gordon, I'm gonna draw your attention way back to April the 12th, 2014 at around 6:25 p.m. in the area of 3810 East McNichols Road. On that day, do you recall the incident? Do you recall having contact with a Detroit police officer on that day?
I do.
And on that day, what did you do, Mr. Gordon?
At that time, I was at a gas station. It's been so long, I fail to recall exactly. I'm sure it wasn't a disorderly conduct. I might have had some incense or cologne that I got from the warehouse.
All right, let me stop you. I don't mean to cut you short, but we can do this a different way. Mr. Potts, is there, based on the age of these cases and the Mr. Gordon's hard time recollecting exactly what transpired on those dates, I'm willing to accept a no contest plea if Mr. Gordon will stipulate to the face of the ticket as a accurate factual basis.
Yes, Your Honor, we can stipulate to the face of the ticket for a factual basis. These matters did happen some time ago, and the recollection might be a bit off.
Okay. And Mr. Gordon, do you understand that I'm allowing you to plead no contest to these matters? A no contest plea doesn't admit guilt, but it does, for the purposes of this hearing and the purposes of sentencing, I have to treat that no contest plea like a guilty plea. You understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Gordon, I am going to find you guilty of, find you not, I'm going to enter a no contest plea to you, 159-62314. I'm going to enter no contest plea to 1-6 you 165-18114, and a no contest plea for U 326-3116. I'm gonna fine you $240 in each of the matters served. That's gonna be a total of $720. And I'm gonna take those matters under a 6-month delayed sentence. What that means, sir, is if you do not get into any trouble related to disorderly conduct, alcohol violations, or the use of any unauthorized controlled substance, sir, then these matters will all be dismissed, okay? And you need to pay that $720 or do the community service that I've offered.
Right.
What would you like to do, sir, as far as the payment?
I want to pay this before the week is out. I do have a question. In regards to my license, I'm not able to receive my driver's license because of the warrants are here. And when I go to Secretary of State, they're saying that I need to pay $4,500. What would, maybe this is not a question for you, but how is this in relation to me receiving my driver's license?
I
Okay.
pull up Gordon's
Absolutely.
traffic record if there's something out there.
I called Secretary of State the other day, knowing that this wasn't in the system yet, and they're saying that I owe still 2 reinstatement fees, which I understand that, but lots of more money. Because the whole purpose of me getting my life together is to be able to have the privilege to drive.
I totally agree with that, and the more you speak, Mr. Gordon, the more you're convincing to me, and I'm sure to others, that you really are serious about your recovery and that you are taking matters seriously. So we're going to try to do the best we can here in this court to help you. And it seems like you've got a very awesome team that is with you in that regard. So I would say, stick with them.
Sure, yes.
And the one has suspended this one here.
Which one?
This one here.
Is that going to be one of the ones with dismiss?
Yes, that's the one that has a warrant 8914.
All right. So,
To my understanding, also, there would be a clearance due to past experience. All of these tickets, Your Honor.
yeah, let me stop you, sir. What we're going to do, we're gonna waive any warrant fees. That one ticket that you entered into the late sentence is what appears, one of it at least, what appears to have your license that is not valid. I don't see of anything else that he has if you take care of everything that he has in the system now with these matters here.
Yes, Your Honor.
165-811.
That's the one that's
All right, so the city attorney is even here, Mr. Gordon, and listening to your story, and he's even, you softened him up a little bit more, and what we're gonna do is U 165-18114, we're going to dismiss that matter. So now that's gonna take your payment down to $480. That's going to, you're only going to be on the delayed sentence for the 2 other matters. And you said you can pay by when, sir?
I'll be able to pay this before the week is out.
All right, we're gonna hold you to that. So I'm gonna put in here, pay by July 23rd. That's the end of the week, sir. And I normally give more time to people to pay, but you seem to be adamant about your ability to pay.
Yes.
And you know how recovery goes. You know, you gotta hold up on your ends of the bargain.
Yes.
Am I correct, therapist?
Yeah,
Yes.
my only concern is, Your Honor, is that Mr. Gordon is in Grand Rapids. Is he able to wire that money to you to get it there that quickly, or if he puts it in the mail?
He's able to go online and pay that money online at the 36districtcourt.org.
Okay, great,
I'm
thank you.
just saying to Mr. Gordon, what I need from you is to keep the lines of communication open.
Sure.
So if you find yourself unable to pay that by July 23rd for whatever reason, then I'm going to expect you to zoom back in and see if we can find you some more time.
Now, the 23rd is Friday, correct?
Yes.
Okay, will you allow me until that coming Monday?
Put July 30th on there since he is in Grand Rapids. Put July 30th.
Thank you. Now also, because right now I have a payee that's handling my affairs, and they've been pretty good. But Mr. Potts, could you, Mr. Potts?
Look here, Mr. Gordon.
Yes.
I'm gonna say this like my what my predecessor said.
Okay.
I can't handle all your problems.
Gotcha. Okay.
But what I can do is if you work out those problems, what I can do is if you don't have it paid by July 30th, then you zoom back in and I can work with you on that. How about that?
Thank you,
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you, recovery team, for your appearance. That means a lot. And again, thank you, Mr. Potts, for your advocacy. If there's nothing further, then I want everybody to have a very good day, okay?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you very much.
All right, move the matter. I'm sorry, Officer Hoskins. I know you got things to do, places to go to, so we're gonna make sure we get you there, but.
Oh, Your Honor, it's no problem.
All right. Let's call. Let's call the City of Detroit versus Brandon Deshaun case numbers. SP 111-79901, V 12052220, V 12052320, V 12052420, V 12052520, V 12087620, V 12127921, V 12128021, V 12128121, and V 12128221. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Cherica Harris on behalf of Mr. Gilbert. Mr. Gilbert, please sit up and state your name for the record.
My name is Brandon Gilbert.
Good morning, Mr. Gilbert.
Morning, Your Honor.
Can you put your appearance on the record, Officer Hoskins?
Investigator Raymond Hoskins.
Okay, very well. Mrs. Harris, I don't know if you've seen the offer, but I'll just say it to you now. There is an offer to plead to 3 of the dog matters, and dismiss the rest of the matters. And there'll be a $240 fine for each matter, and those will be taken under a 12-month delayed sentence. So what the meaning of that, Mr. Gilbert, is that if you want to take this offer, you'll be taking it under a 12-month delay. So that 12-month delay means if you don't get in any other trouble as it relates to dogs, then and you pay your fines and costs, then these cases will be dismissed and they won't be on your record after 12 months.
Okay.
And you need to get the dogs registered.
My dog is registered, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you want to speak to that, Mrs. Harris?
Your Honor, if I could have a breakout room with Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Thank you.
Join the room, please, Mr. Gilbert, when it prompts you to. Okay, we have Mr. Lane is gone again. Okay, Mrs. Oliver?
Yes,
Did you ever get your video working, ma'am?
I'm trying. It's not working.
All right, I need to see you, ma'am, before we finish this up. The quicker you can get that working, the quicker you can be on about your day.
Yeah, I've been ready to be done.
Pardon me?
Okay.
All right. Oh, all of a sudden. Ms. Oliver, now you need to undo your audio. Undo your audio.
It's unmuted, Judge.
Ms. Oliver?
Yes.
All right, well, let's see you, ma'am. All right, I thought you'd be able to figure that out. All right, let's go back on the record with Mrs. Terry Oliver. I don't know where exactly we were. I think we were discussing your option here of, okay. You wanted to get the driving matters resolved, and you wanted to set a trial date for the dog matters. Ms. Oliver, the offer again is to plead to failure to display a $240 fine and improper plate $240 fine. I think we discussed all of that, and we were ready to take your plea to that, and we'll dismiss the other 3 matters as far as the driving is concerned. Am I correct on that understanding, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, now, can you raise your right hand for me, please? You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Oliver, you can put your hand down. Ms. Oliver, you understand that you have a right to a trial in these matters, ma'am?
Yes.
You understand by taking this deal, you're going to give up that right to a trial?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what I stated in the record?
No.
Okay, ma'am, let me draw your attention back to, July the 10th. I'm sorry, strike that. Let me draw your attention back to May the 29th of 2019 at around 12:59 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Davison and Ohio. Ma'am, did you have an occasion on that day to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer?
Yes.
And on that date, ma'am, were you operating a 2002 Chevy tan in color?
Yes.
And on that date, ma'am, you got to uncover your mouth, ma'am. All right. On that date, ma'am, did you have an occasion to be pulled? You got an occasion to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer operating that vehicle. Was there something wrong with the insurance, ma'am, on that vehicle?
Yes.
And what was wrong with the insurance, ma'am?
I don't know.
You know something was wrong with it, don't you?
I'm trying to remember. You said 2019. What year was this?
May 29, 2019 at around 12:59 p.m. in the area of Davison Street in Ohio. You were driving, here the allegation says you were driving a 2002 Chevy.
Oh, the insurance probably wasn't valid at the time.
Did you not show proof of insurance at the time, ma'am?
Yes. I don't know.
You did not show proof, is that right?
No, I did not.
Very well, ma'am. I'm gonna accept your plea to the amended count of improper plates. For that matter, I'm gonna fine you $240 for that. I'm going to draw your attention to June 2nd, 2019 at around 1:30 p.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of 7 Mile and Southfield Road, ma'am. Did you have an occasion on that day to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer?
Yes.
And were you asked on that day, ma'am, to provide a valid driver's license?
Yes.
And you couldn't do so, could you, ma'am?
No.
And why is that?
Because I don't have a driver's license.
Because your license is suspended, ma'am, or?
Yes, my license suspended.
Very well. I'm going to accept your plea to the amended count of failure to display a valid driver's license. I'm going to fine you $240 in that. Ma'am, you indicated that you can pay that fine $240 when, ma'am, I'm going to waive the warrant fees, and I'm going to hold you responsible to pay the reinstatement fees, although those reinstatement fees are not going to be a part of this order today. That's just going to be something that you have to do in order to get your license. I'm concerned today about the $480. When can you pay?
I can go today.
All right. I'm going to at least put down here, I'm going to put down July 21st. If you're confident you can come pay today. Now, let's talk about when you can pay the other matter. And I'll tell you this, ma'am, what I'll do for you is I will, if you meet your end of the agreement, I see you have some other civil infractions here, and it's $368. that you owed on that operating license suspended back in 2015, you entered in that agreement. There's some things I can do to help you out as far as saving you some money on the late fees and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I will ask you to make sure you get that payment, that $480 paid today. If you zoom in tomorrow and you show proof of that $480 payment, we'll discuss waiving some of these late fees. But you gotta meet me halfway with that and meet your end of the bargain on this one, all right? Did any of that, am I speaking to Mrs. Oliver?
I heard you.
So that required a response.
Oh, I was just listening. I didn't know you was done talking.
What about this 300, what about this money? When can you pay this other ticket as far as this one you entered into in 2015? How much time do you need for that?
About to next week. So I'm confused. Is that a ticket or that's a warrant?
That has a warrant on it. You entered into you pled guilty to it back in 2015. They got you fines and costs, and it appears that you never paid them. So based on that non-payment, it went into warrant status.
Okay.
All right. So,
Your Honor, with regards to that outstanding balance that did go into warrant status, is the court able to waive the warrant fee that may be associated with it? And if there's any late fee or penalty, could that be waived also?
well, like I was telling Mrs. Oliver, if she comes in and shows me proof of that tomorrow, she can zoom in tomorrow, and she shows me proof, we will discuss waiving those fees. I will be willing to waive those fees for her, but she's got to meet her end of the obligation on this matter right here. She says she can pay by today. I'm going to expect that payment today or at the very latest tomorrow morning. And then if she wants me to help her out on that, she's going to have to take the next step and zoom back in and we'll discuss what her fees, what we can do for her as far as her fees on those other issues.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. Ms. Oliver, is there any other further questions?
No, when you say other issues, how many other tickets is it? It's just one or it's more than one?
No, you have that one that's in warrant status, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 civil infractions that you have that were in default and that you never did address or pay. So they went into the default status. So that's 5 of those matters. And then plus the one that's in warrant status for not paying, that's 6 matters.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you don't have any further questions, Mrs. Oliver, I think that's going to conclude the matter.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, ma'am.
You too.
Am I going to see you tomorrow, ma'am?
Oops.
Okay. Now let's go back to Mr. Gilbert. You had an opportunity. This is recalling the case of Mr. Brandon Gilbert. You had an opportunity to speak with counsel in the breakout room. The offer has been tendered to you. Mr. Gilbert, what would you like to do?
Your Honor, before he responds, there was information that I did not have that I recently learned from Prosecutor Goss. I need to speak with Mr. Gilbert. While you were in the middle of the other hearing, I did send him a chat to rejoin the breakout room, but I'm not certain if he was able to do that. But I do need to speak with him again based on the new information.
Okay, Mr. Gilbert, you can just rejoin that room, that same one you left out of, all right?
Okay.
All right, very well.
You have to click it, Mr. Gilbert.
What about Mr. Ledford? Did Mr. Ledford ever get his device together? Mr. Ledford, did you ever get your device together? If you can unmute yourself, please.
So Mr. Ledford still can't connect.
I don't see him. I mean, he's connected, we just, maybe he fell asleep.
You still no check?
He can hear me.
Yeah. You can't let the inmates run their side.
Your Honor, did we give her a date for the V tickets?
We didn't give her a date, did we?
Belly.
No, you didn't. I was just going back through the record. No, you didn't.
Belly told. Put it out.
On the traffic.
Hopefully she zooms back in tomorrow. She might want that this time.
Didn't seem like it.
I don't know, she said she can take a day, so usually they don't say that. I would just say that if you just not, you're not gonna say it.
Yeah, but she didn't seem too interested.
Well, well, I'll tell you what happened. She didn't seem too interested, but then she started to ask questions. Each time where she didn't seem too interested, she just started to ask questions. So I don't know if that's just her personality or she was disinterested. I'm just gonna let her show, herself before I make any kind of, but I do believe she was lying on video. That sit there. Something got that right.
Do I have any other calls that I need to make?
Madam Court Reporter, you're not muted. Ms. Harris?
Yes, Your Honor. We are ready on Gilbert. It will be a plea, Your Honor.
Okay, and to the three matters that we talked about?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Gilbert's gonna have to make a factual basis to these matters, and I know that he had alluded to something not being right. We'll go through it. And we'll see where we go with that. Mr. Gilbert, after talking to your lawyer. She indicates to me that you want to go ahead and resolve these matters. You want to avail yourself to the offer that was tendered to you. Am I understanding that correct, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Gilbert?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Gilbert, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Gilbert. You can put your hand down. Mr. Gilbert, you understand that you have a right to a trial in these matters? Did we lose him? I think we lost him.
We lost Mr. Gilbert.
Let me see,
Hello? Yes. Hello?
Got back, Mr. Gilbert?
Yeah, something just happened. I don't know what happened.
All right. You understand that you have a right to a trial in these matters?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up that right to a trial?
Yeah.
And has anybody offered you anything other than what was stated in the record?
No.
Okay. Let me Gilbert, let me draw your attention to this October 20th, 2020 at around 11:30 a.m. in the city of Detroit, in location of 7499 Iowa. Did you have an occasion to be confronted by an animal control officer, Hoskins, at that time?
I believe he came. He came around. Yeah, he came.
Okay.
I don't remember when.
He did around about that time, Mr. Gilbert.
What'd you say again, Your Honor?
Did you have an occasion to be coming in contact with Mr. Hoskins, animal control officer, around that date and time?
Around October 20th?
October 20th, 2020.
I'm not getting what you asking. Is you asking whether I'm able to talk to him or?
Did you confront you on that day? Or,
oh yeah, I told him. Yeah.
Did you have a conversation with him on that day?
No, but when he approached me, I told him I have one dog.
On that date and time, right?
Yeah.
You gotta, I can't hear that, sir.
You heard me?
No, I didn't hear you.
I said, yeah. I said, yeah. When he came, I told him. He gave me the tickets. I told him I only have one dog. You want to vaccinate?
And is that dog Bella?
No, it's Chiefy.
Mr. Gilbert, does Bella live at the same residence as you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what, I mean, what you want to do this year, Ms. Harris, since you have better information than I do?
Well, no, Your Honor, it's just that my understanding as the statute is that if the dog resides there, if Mr. Goss is in the courtroom, he might be able to give you a better explanation or actually show you the statute. But my understanding is that if the dog resides there, lives there, it's still considered the responsibility of the homeowner or the resident.
Your Honor, if I may, the statute does, the definition of owner in Chapter 6 states that every person at the residence, every person that cares for or resides on or about the premises.
Is subject to be cited for the violation, right?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so, Mr. Gilbert, does Bella live at the 7499 Iowa location?
Yes.
Is that your resident as well, Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
And at that time, was Bella vaccinated?
No, neither dogs was vaccinated.
Okay, very well. I'm gonna accept your plea to, that B12053. I'm strike that B12053. I'm gonna fine you $240 on that matter, and I'm gonna take that under a 12-month delayed sentence. I'm going to draw your attention to the same date and time. Was there a dog on the premises named Chiefy?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, make this clear for me, Officer Hoskins. Chiefy has got a chain on him, but what, the chain was not proper? Is that what this is saying?
Yes, Your Honor. The only legal tethering in the city of Detroit is a coated steel cable. Chiefy was on a heavy tow chain.
Is that the ordinance here, 62-2D2?
That is correct, Your Honor.
But he ended up saying that I have a chain made of anything. Like, I got a metal chain. It's not made of anything. I don't know what he said. It was his problem.
And then the only illegality in this is that the chain doesn't have a coated cover on it or something, Officer Hoskins?
Yes, any actual chain is illegal. The law says that any tether other than a coated steel cable is legal.
You know, in law school, it was always, you wanted to know the reasoning behind the law, and I can't get to the logic of that. Help me with that.
I can, Your Honor. There's actually 12 subsections of the tethering ordinance, and these are all designed around the fact that when a dog is tethered, you're limiting their living space. And when the dog has to lift a heavy chain to, let's say, get a drink of water, or when they see a person, that actually trains the dog to be more aggressive. And all those ordinances are in effect around the same reasoning, that when a dog is chained in a yard, it actually trains them to be more aggressive.
Okay, let me ask you this, Mr. Gilbert. Was Chiefy chained to a tow chain at that time?
Chained to a coat? Like,
chained to a tow chain at that time?
What kind of chain did you have on your dog, Mr. Gilbert?
A thick metal chain and the wire chain you get from the K9 store. Thick wire, not the little wire one.
Okay.
So it's 2 chains. It was a long chain.
All right. I guess I'm gonna accept that plea. If that's what the statute is, then apparently this wasn't a steel coated chain then, right, Mr. Gilbert?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna accept your plea to the strike that B120-876. Let's move on to B120-8121. I don't see that one in here. Okay, I'm gonna just use this here. 812.
Could you state that case number again, Your Honor?
V121-28121. Oh, that's V1202. See if we have that. Did you write this one, or am I looking at this wrong?
Those were filed on Friday.
Friday, but you have 02-202, I see 212-8121. This is the nuisance entry on, okay. So it's just a little bit,
That's supposed to know.
a little bit. So here, let's go to draw your attention to 7/14/2021. That's July 14, 2021 at 12 p.m. in the area of 7499 Iowa. This is just having a nuisance. Please describe what was going on with your dog on that date and time, Mr. Gilbert.
You asked what was wrong with my dog today?
Yeah, I don't have that ticket in front of me. Officer Hoskins, what's the statute say as it relates to being having a nuisance?
That one is actually fail to prevent nuisance behavior, menacing behavior, potentially dangerous behavior, or a dangerous behavior. In this case, referring to the dog bite.
Okay, so the dog bit someone on that day?
Yes, Your Honor, Cody Cole.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know the DT people was doing their job, but that's like his territory. That's our yard.
Yeah, I understand that, Mr. Gilbert, but the DTE people have an easement on your yard. So they have a right to come upon your property to inspect the box and the cables and stuff like that. So there's really no way that anybody could stop a utility company or somebody of that nature from coming on to the property.
I could have prevented it. I could have prevented that from happening.
Pardon me?
I could have prevented that from happening.
I understand, and I respect the fact that you realize that, and that I just want you to know that for future references, when you have a utility company or somebody, they automatically, even if you own the property, you probably own 7499 Iowa Street. When you have those utility companies, they automatically have an easement on that property, so they can come on that property to inspect those things. So when you have your dogs there, then you need to make sure that at the very least, they could be in the house at that time, but sometimes you don't know. You're not home and your dogs are outside. You make sure that the dogs don't have access to that box right there or get near the utility guy at that time. But based on what the court has heard, I will accept your plea to the V121-28121 ticket, and I will fine you $240 in that matter. So to total the day, Mr. Gilbert, I will, if there's any warrant fees, I'll waive any warrant fees. I do see you have a warrant fee on the no insurance ticket. I'm going to hold you responsible for the reinstatement ticket. That's a $45 fee, but that won't be a part of this order today. I'm only concerned about the $720. Now, what I can do, Mr. Gilbert, is I can offer you some community service in lieu of paying the fine, or at least you want to pay out some of it, or I can just give you time to pay the $720. Which one would you like, sir?
I'll take the time.
Okay. How much time do you need?
So like can it like be on a plan? Like, can it be like towards the end of the year? Like, I got a lot going on right now, personal reasons.
I'm not gonna,
Like, I can pay this year, but I'm saying like it can be finished.
Your
at
Honor,
the end
if I
of the year.
could, on behalf of Mr. Gilbert, if you could give him a review date of maybe 30 to 60 days out, Mr. Gilbert, you need to at least make a payment of $240 within that time frame. If he could then come back, if he needs
I'm gonna
additional
give you a
time.
review date. I'm gonna give you a review date for October 18th. And I'm not gonna supervise any payments, Mr. Gilbert. I told you I'll work with you on getting the matter paid off, but that's 90 days from now. So in 90 days, you should be able to kind of come through with some cash. Now I do understand that you have a 12-month delayed sentence. So let's put a review date here, 90 days out. You zoom back in, and we'll talk about where you're at that time. How about that?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So, Mr. Gilbert, I appreciate you showing up, Mr. Hoskins. I appreciate Investigator Hopkins. I appreciate you showing up. But, Mr. Gilbert, let's take some matters and some preventative matters from this point forward. I want to make sure that you understand everything that's been required of you so you don't come down this road again. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So based on that, Mr. Gilbert, if there's no further questions, I'll see you back here on 10/18/2021 at 8:30 a.m. and we will see how far you've gotten on the payments. Okay, sir? And with stipulation of probable cause, I'm going to dismiss all the other matters.
Okay, Your Honor. I got one more question.
Certainly.
I can, so you say I got to pay on 10/18, right? Or pay before 18?
Well, you got to, what is a 12-month delayed sentence, so the cases aren't going to go away until next year anyway. But I don't want the payments to be lingering out that long. I'm just leaving it up to you to do what you can do by October 18th. And then when you come back in, we'll discuss giving you some more time if you need to pay. You may be a rich man by October 18th, and you may just pay it all the way off and you be done with it. But if you need some more time after that, then we'll discuss it.
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
Yes.
All right, very well. Mr. Gilbert, if you don't have any further questions, you have a very good day, okay?
Yep, you too.
Thank you so much, sir. There's Mr. Lane back. He brought that money down.
Yeah.
He drove to that bank machine, stopped, and he didn't zoom back in until he's outside the court.
Yes, sir. The credit card machine is not working, so I'm gonna have to do everything by way of I get the kiosk. I'm not familiar on how that operates, but I'm here to resolve all that. I'm sorry.
The court's credit card machine is not working. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what the lady told me at the counter.
All right. So we're not gonna hold that against you. All right. So I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do for you, Mr. Lane, and all I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna supervise your obligations. I'm just gonna take your word for it. I'm a man of my word, and I don't really need to enter into agreements with people, even though I'm a lawyer and I probably should do those things. I don't really need to enter into agreement with people because I just operate on their word and I operate on my word. So if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So based on that, I think we were at the point of taking the plea to let's see. I think we were at the point of dealing with the matters of the no operator's license. The offer on the table was to plead to the failure to display and dismiss the other matter. And I think we swear you in. Let's do that again. Raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Gilbert, Mr. Lane, I'm sorry. Do you understand that you have a right to a trial in these matters?
Yes.
You understand that by taking this offer, you're going to give up the right to a trial?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what I stated in the record?
No.
Okay, Mr. Lane, let me draw your attention back to January 6, 2021 at around 11:40 a.m. in the area of Cardone Street and 7 Mile Road in the city of Detroit. Mr. Lane, did you have an occasion to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer on that day?
Yes, sir.
On that date, sir, did the Detroit police officer ask you to produce a valid driver's license?
Yes.
And you couldn't do so, could you, sir?
I didn't have it at the time. But
all right. You didn't have a valid driver's license at the time, sir?
No, I had a valid driver's license at the time, but I did not have it with me at that time.
What was it? Wrong, you went the wrong way on one-way street. All right, let's try it. All right, Mr. Lane, I think everybody here today believes that you're a man of your word. And I think so. And you've even convinced my courtroom prosecutor, and you state that you had a license at that time, so yes, he doesn't want to. He does not want to subject you to pleading to something, a misdemeanor, for just failing to, for getting your license that morning or something. So the offer is going to change here, so it gets better for you. It's going to plead to blocking traffic for that wrong way ticket, for going the wrong way on that street, and then dismissing the other matter. That's going to change to $175 instead of $240, and that's going to be just a civil infraction. It won't be a misdemeanor. The Secretary of State will never know, and you pay it, and it's done. So, would you like to take that offer, sir?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a smart man. So let me ask you, sir. On that date and time, you were pulled over by a Detroit police officer. Were you driving the wrong way on a one-way street, sir?
Yes. Okay.
Based on that, I'm going to accept your plea to the amended count of blocking traffic. I'm going to fine you $175, and you said you can pay today. What I'm going to do is these other matters that went in the default here recently. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this, sir. Here. Mr. I can help you out even better than that. I can help you out even better than that. This is my definition of justice, Mr. Lane, and I believe the fundamental principle to justice is just operating on a principle of fundamental fairness.
I appreciate that.
And here in courtroom 434, we try to be as fair and as understanding to everybody as we possibly can. Some people appreciate it, like I'm sure you do. Other people not so much, but that doesn't change our mission. So let me hand this back over to Mr. Goss to take a look at these other matters that for some reason went into default. And they're all civil infractions. Let's see if we can get him a resolution to all of those matters, and he can try to save you some money, get the stuff behind, and you pass that goodwill on to somebody else. How about that?
Will do.
Well, first get a driver's license.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
First get a valid driver's license.
Yes, I did have a valid driver's license.
No, I'm talking about you don't have a valid one now though, do you?
That's correct.
Yeah, so first get a driver's license and then spread that goodwill to somebody else. Mr. Ledford is raising his hand. I see you have your hand raised, Mr. Ledford, but I tried to call you. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so yeah, my phone was acting crazy. It wouldn't let me unmute it or turn my video on. I had to I don't know what it was going through. I'm still trying to turn the video on now.
We'll get with you in a second, Mr. Ledford. Hold on 1 second, all right?
Already, no problem.
Could I go into a breakout room with Mr. Ledford?
You certainly can. Mr. Lane, my courtroom prosecutor said the same thing that I was thinking. And while I know there are allegations, but you got to stop running through stop signs.
I agree, sir.
You know that, huh?
Absolutely.
What's the deal with that?
Lack of patience, that's what.
And you know what happens in lack of patience? You know what happens? You got a 5-year-old, you got kids and grandkids probably, don't you?
Yes.
And because of somebody's lack of patience, one of your grandkids darts out in the street, or it just goes out in the street crossing, and this person doesn't want to stop and just runs over, and something tragic happens like that.
I would be devastated.
You would be devastated. So those kind of things we need to think about when we're doing what we're doing and we have a lack of patience or we feel that we're in a rush for something. I mean, being late ain't the worst thing in the world, or, but having some patience that can go a long way for you and for somebody else,
You're right.
That's another thing we try to do here in courtroom 434 is we try to keep it real. That's the main thing.
And that's exactly what you did. Sir, just out of curiosity, how does this kiosk work?
I don't know. I got my tickets a long time ago. When I was in my driver's license stuff, they didn't have a kiosk. Yeah. But I'm sure that
Put his name.
you type in your name and
do I have to key in all the ticket numbers and stuff like that, or if I do, I don't have all that information available.
Right.
Once I have.
Let's take care of this. Okay. And then I'm gonna come down there and meet you personally. And I'm gonna give you a sheet with all your ticket numbers on there. How about that, Mr. Lane?
Thank you.
All right. She's on there, zoomed out quick. Okay, Mr. Lane.
Yes, sir.
The new offer today. What is this, adding the no registration on there and then dismissing the charge?
And regarding the registration, I had the registration of the vehicle in. I just didn't.
Okay, they buy Aiden cost them more money, but okay.
Listen. I appreciate. You know, I was telling a gentleman yesterday. Court is not always about honesty. You know, honesty can get you into some more trouble or cost you some more money than you do. You know what the beauty of our justice system is the right to remain silent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, it can be done one of two ways. You cannot have had that registration ticket. I mean, you cannot have had that registration at that time, right? You follow me?
Yes, sir.
And you'll pay $105. But you could have had that registration at that time, and we'll take one of these failure to stop sign tickets and give you a blocking traffic, and you'll pay $175.
Okay.
Which one is it, Mr. Lane?
Second one, sir.
The second one?
Wait a minute. I think.
Okay, let me put it to you this. Did you have the registration or not?
Yes.
Damn it, $175. So you just cost yourself $70 more, but you're still getting a good deal. All right. Mr. Lane, let me draw your attention to May the 12th, 2021 at around 12:25 p.m. in the area of 7 Mile and Goddard. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer on that day?
Yes.
And on that day, were you pulled over for failing to stop at a stop sign?
Yes.
And you were pulled over for failure to stop at a stop sign because you did fail to stop at that stop sign. Is that correct, Mr. Lane?
Yes, sir.
All right. Based on that, I'm going to enter you I'm going to find you responsible to the amended count of blockading traffic. That's $175 fine. So we have two $175 fines. That's $350 today. That $350, Mr. Lane, will take care of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dismiss based on the stipulation of probable cause. Mrs. Harris. I'm gonna dismiss all the other matters.
So stipulated, and thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Lane, he just cost himself $70 more, but you missed that part. You probably.
No, I saw that part.
Yeah, so, but that $70 is a way big discount to that first $1,500 that he was on the hook for when he got here, so he can handle that. You got two civil infractions. They're non-abstractable, no points, nobody will know. They're civil infractions, and once you pay them, the matters will be closed out. I'll dismiss the other matters. And if you give me a few minutes, Mr. Lane, I'll come down there and meet you personally, all right?
Okay. I'll be standing close to the elevators.
There you go. All right, that'll conclude the matter.
Okay. Oh, 1 second, sir. How much is it in totality?
$350. Give me a few minutes. You're not gonna be able to do anything until my clerk has time to enter all of that stuff into the computer. So you're gonna be there for 15, 20 minutes anyway.
Okay, okay, I'll be outside and then I'll walk in about 15 minutes.
Okay, very well.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wasn't trying to write all of this, but I wanted to feed to.
Mr. Ledford, good morning to you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We would have
Good
called your
morning,
case of something, but I saw you been in here quite some time, but I couldn't get your, you couldn't get your audio stuff straightened out, but I appreciate your patience and I appreciate you working through those issues so we can take care of
No
this matter.
problem, no problem.
Now, Mr. Ledford, man, you got a laundry list of stuff.
I know.
They don't even have enough paper to write all this stuff, right? So what I do appreciate, Mr. Ledford, is you are here today and you're trying to work this stuff out. That's the important thing, okay? And the other important thing is to start driving a lot better. Well, right now, don't drive.
Yeah, I was saying I'm not even driving right now. I'm okay. I don't even.
That'll help you out. So where are we at with the supposed to defense driving thing? Okay, Michigan defensive driving. You're gonna do that, right, Mr.? Did we call the case?
I did it already.
He did it. He has a certificate to show to the court.
Did he show it to you, Madam Harris?
He did not, because I did not get the message regarding that until a few minutes ago. But if you have it, Mr. Ledford, could you show that?
Yeah. I was trying to see how would I like send it in because I did it on my computer.
You know how to email and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Are you using your computer for Zoom? Because if not, if it's on your computer, you can take your phone, if you're using your phone for Zoom, and switch the camera so that it shows the certificate.
I can log in on my computer and see if I can pull it back up. But if not, I could just email it to you guys. No problem.
Email it. Are you born in 8/22/01?
I couldn't hear you, sir. Could you repeat that for me?
Is your birthday 8/22/01?
Yes, sir.
You got some matters in Judge Bryant's court you need to clear up. Let's call the case. This is the City of Detroit versus Deshaun Ledford. Case number is SP 1047994, count 1. You paid two of those matters that went along with that. SP 1109474-1. And I'm going to allow Mr. Ledford to be heard on SP 11094771. That was in default, that was had during the pandemic. I will set aside that default. SP 112, strike that, SP 1132894, counts 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to allow Mr. Ledford to clear up SP 11332971 and SP 11409821. Both of those are in default status. They were had during the pandemic. I'll set aside the defaults on those. We have SP 114098, counts 2 and counts 3. We have SP 11409831. We have SP 11437281. SP 114373, counts 1 and 2. SP 115640, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 11564011. SP 115668, counts 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm losing my voice. This one is in default, had this year. I'll allow them to set aside the default and be heard on this one. That would be SP 11731011, SP 11744261, SP 119465, counts 1, 2, and 3. And then 217219901. Amazing.
Come on, don't do me like that.
I didn't do you like that. You did you like that.
It's the head shake, man. You got me feeling bad. I know, man. I know. That's why I'm trying to get it together now. It's just
What did I say
shake.
though? What did I say though? I said the most important thing is that you're here today and you're facing the thing. You went for a while and just went underground on us for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't want to be
head shake. My dad do the same head shake when something crazy going on. He'll look at me, do the same head shake, like, man.
Oh, okay. So you said it's crazy, right?
It was just the head shake you did.
I know, but this is crazy though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, your dad knows what's up. All right. Based on that, let's get the real thing. Okay, let's talk about the Michigan Defensive Driving Course. What did you get out of that, sir?
On there, it was a lot of traffic signs that I really didn't know about, honestly. Like, it's a lot of stuff on there that I like. Driving behind semi trucks, I didn't know you got to stay back 100 feet. It was like a lot of stuff I learned on there that I didn't know already. Like, I thought I knew everything. This was my pop was telling me, like, yeah, you think you know everything until.
You're 20 years old.
And I thought I knew everything like I was 40.
When your dad let me ask you this. When your dad tells you that, how does that make you feel?
Like, I used to, like, when he used to say, like, you don't know everything, I used to be like I used to think in my head, like, I didn't even say it out loud, but I was thinking in my head, like, what don't I know? I know everything until I started getting older and seeing, like, yeah, you don't know everything. There's a lot of stuff I haven't even experienced yet. Like,
At 20, I'm, you know, something, what I'm gonna say though, I will say this, and Mr. Ledford, on your behalf though, a lot of people at the age of 20 don't even realize that. So you're taking you're doing pretty good that you acknowledge that you realize that. I mean, I'm 48 and I won't even claim to know that I know everything. I do know that you're supposed to learn something new every single solitary day, you know, and that would be the goal. And if it's just one thing, if you learn new, but it seems like in that class, you learned a lot of stuff in that 8-hour class.
Yeah.
So, based on, we asked that question for a couple of reasons. First of all, you know, we know that people, and through challenges that maybe some people will ask somebody else to take the class for them and get the certificate in their name so they don't have to do it. Some people can't read and can't take the class, and that's understandable. But also, we think that it's a benefit in the class that everybody can learn something in that class that will help them become better drivers and things like that. And then it's an opportunity to show that, you know, I'm trying to do something in order to get these matters taken care of. And we give a little grace for those people that are willing to take those measures. It's not something that you have to do. You agreed to do it and you did it. So I did recognize your name, and I just didn't remember why you were here before. But based on that, and I'm looking at an offer here, and you correct me if I'm wrong, is this offer here that you're giving him?
I couldn't hear you.
No, I had to look over at my city attorney, because I'll tell you what, man, he is very, 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 very generous. I'm talking about, and I think I'm a fair and reasonable guy, but I don't even think I could offer you something like that if I was making the deals up myself. The offer today is to plead to 2 misdemeanors out of like the almost 30 cases I read and 1 civil infraction. So you must have made an impression on Mr. Goss, and you certainly must have made an impression on your attorney. Well, she's gonna fight for you regardless, but it sounds like she went the extra mile for this, you know, and you certainly made an impression on me. So for that reason, if you want to take this offer, we will allow you to enter into this offer and we will dismiss the other matters. Is that what you want to do, Mr. Ledford?
Yes, sir.
That's going to be $240 a piece. That's $480 plus the $175. Where's your dad now?
I think he's at work.
Tell him one day I want you two to zoom in. I want to meet your dad, all right?
No problem, no problem.
All right. Mr. Ledford, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. You can put your hand down. All right. Let's go to Mr. Ledford. Do you understand you have a right to a trial in all these matters?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're gonna give up that right to a trial?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's stated in the record?
No.
Mr. Ledford, let me draw your attention to November the 9th, 2020 at around 2:07 p.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of East Davison and Hassan Street. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer on that day, sir?
Yeah.
Were you operating a 2001 Pontiac on that day?
Yes.
And on that Pontiac, was something wrong with the plates on that Pontiac, sir?
Yes, it was. When I had got the car, they had told me that the plate was on there. I didn't know of it being, you know what I'm saying? So when I got the car, they told me that the plate was on there with me. So I was driving until the Secretary of State.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Ledford. Was that plate your plate?
No.
And did you find out that that plate was improper in some sort of way?
I found out when I got pulled over.
All right, very well. I'm going to find you guilty of improper plate. That is a misdemeanor that is not abstractable by the Secretary of State. I'm going to find you $240 in that matter. Mr. Ledford, let me draw your attention to the same day, on the same day, where you asked to provide a valid driver's license to the officer.
I couldn't hear you.
Where you asked to provide a valid driver's license, that the officer asked you to produce a valid driver's license on that date and time.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do so, could you, Mr. Ledford?
No.
And why is that?
I didn't have one at the time.
I'm gonna accept your plea to the amended count of failure to display. I'm gonna fine you $240 in that matter. Mr. Ledford, let me draw your attention to December 9th, 2020 at around 8:44 a.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of Grashit and Glenwood, where you pulled over by a Detroit police officer on that date, sir?
Yes.
All right, on that date and time, sir, were you pulled over for speeding?
Yes.
And you were pulled over for speeding because in fact you were speeding on that day, weren't you, Mr. Ledford?
Yes, I was.
All right, I'm gonna take your plea to the amended count of blocking traffic. I do not know how you did this, Ms. Harris. I do not know how you did this, but I'm not gonna interfere with it. On another day, I might interfere with it. I couldn't let people who don't get these kind of deals, and not because I wouldn't give it to them, but the city attorney does not give these kind of deals.
I can't take the credit for that. I'll just say thank you, Mr. Goss.
All right, he's stepping.
I'm saying thank you.
All right, Mr. Ledford, one thing I'm going to say to you is that as it relates to the speeding ticket, you have any little brothers and sisters?
Yes.
You have nieces and nephews and you know, friends with little young kids and things like that, don't you?
Yes.
You know where I'm going with that, sir?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really,
they're gonna be wanting to do the same thing.
Well, and I'm not even saying that. We want them to be able to get to the age that you're at so that they can make those decisions for themselves. You're going 61 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone. One kid jumps out in the street or anything, is over with for them.
Yeah.
Right? And it really doesn't make good sense. And it's not to say that we all haven't done it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, I haven't done it. But if we can teach you something sooner rather than later and get you to understand, like your dad has been trying to do, then I think you'll be a lot better off, because you certainly don't want, you know, the least of your worries is to have to pay a speeding ticket, but it can get a whole lot worse.
Yeah, I understand.
Are you working, sir?
Not at the moment.
So how are you gonna pay this?
Well, I'll do mechanic work time to time. I was gonna try to figure something out.
Would you like to do some community service in lieu of the fines and costs, sir?
Huh?
Would you like to do some community service in lieu of the fines and costs, or you just want me to give you a date to, some time to pay?
Yeah, you can just give me some time to pay it.
All right. Mr. Ledford. I'm gonna give you 30 days, sir. And
all right.
I want you, if at all possible, I want you to zoom back in. We're gonna put this on a review date. So you're gonna be expected to zoom back in, hopefully at 8:30 a.m. Hopefully, okay. Mr. Ledford, you can have your dad with you so we can speak to him as well, okay?
Alrighty.
All right, so, and he doesn't have to show up. I understand if he's working. I don't want to interfere with his work or anything like that, but I still would like him to zoom in, and I'll even give you guys an opportunity before then, if he gets free time to zoom in, and we can chop it up with your dad there.
Alrighty.
All right.
No problem.
So the review date is August 9th, 2021. Get some of these things paid, sir. Pay some money.
And how much is it in total?
It's going to be a total of $655, and that does not include I'm going to waive the warrant fees. You got a long way to go. You got some ways to go. I'm going to waive the warrant fee. Well, I don't know. You got a lot of them. Most everything dismissed. I'm gonna waive any warrant fees, and the total is going to be $655. Now, when you get that paid and we get all this stuff in the computer, we'll see if you owe anything else as far as reinstatement fees or something.
Alrighty.
But we'll discuss that on the August 19th. Now, if you get it paid before August 19th, you need to zoom in and show us proof of that payment so we can close these matters out.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Ledford, if there's nothing further, you have a very good day, sir.
All right, thank you. You have a good day too.
All right, thank you much.
Judge, was that the 9th or the 19th?
The 19th, that will be August 19th at 8:30 a.m.
Okay, 8:30. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Very well. Have a good day. All right, Mrs. Harris.
You all have a great day.
You have a very good day. See you soon.
Thank you.
All right.
See ya.